right, see if we're clocked in. Everything's good. Hope everybody can hear me. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure to have you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer. And as a spiritual healer, what I do basically is that I help people to become more conscious of who they are. And I help you to do so pretty much by you being emotionally and mentally balanced. And when I'm talking about being emotionally balanced, what I'm referring to, it's pretty much you understanding how your emotions work. On top of that, then you have to recognize your emotional patterns. And then at that point, if there's any blockages, you get to mold it how you like. So that makes, that's how you become emotionally balanced. There's no secret, you know what I'm saying, in making Coca Cola, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be chemical, sugar, and all that shit, and water. You know what I'm saying? Those are the main ingredients. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, now in addition to you being emotionally balanced, I also help you to become mentally balanced, as I mentioned. So when I'm talking about being mentally balanced, the same principle pretty much applies. Now it's just a matter of you understanding how your own mind works. You got to understand how your mind works. Then you would have to understand how is your mind being influenced, or how is it being conditioned. To become mentally balanced is for you to master yourself, meaning you would have to be in control of your own mind. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do it if somebody else is controlling your mind. So, for anybody else to control your mind, you have to understand, you have to be in control of your mind. So I help you to understand that. But for you to get there though, you gotta understand how is your brain. That's why culture plays a big part. You have to understand your culture. Because essentially, I would hope that you know that every culture is biased. Meaning mine is gonna be better than yours, and yours is gonna be better than mine. Have at it, baby. You know what I'm saying? You can have it all. I'll give you mine and yours. You know what I'm saying? But it's important because your culture shape your mind. It gets you to see life a certain way. So because of that, and for you to become mentally balanced, that's why I always tell people your humanity, because what you're doing as a spiritual being, it's having a deeper understanding of your ordinary life shit. That's what we're doing, and that's what transcending is. And that's why we call this world an illusion. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Not that way. It does exist. It is here. Well, because we're here. We're making it real. So, and that's another misconception too. In fact, I'll be talking about that tonight. Very good, very good. Because as you can see in the title here, what I'm going to be talking about is a higher consciousness part 5. Nah, this is part 4. So pretty much the idea behind me doing this is pretty much to address some of the, I guess, spiritual misconception, for lack of better terms. We're just going to leave that there for now. But certain ideas that that we don't quite understand, but we have a misunderstanding about, or misconception, however you like to say it. You're more than welcome to, throw whatever you like. If it makes sense, you throw it in, as long as you get the point. Anyway, it's important for you to understand your culture, because your culture, makes you see life a certain way. And for you to be in control of your mind, you have to be aware of everything that is around you. So that's why, in so many words, we also call this type of knowledge is for the living, because you have to partake in it. You got to be active. You got to be aware with, you know, you got to understand your fucking environment. And you got to, better yet, you got to become your environment. Not necessarily, but I guess the idea of what I'm trying to say here, I was trying to get deep. No, but the idea is to go beyond what's being given to you. It's to explore yourself, to expand your consciousness. And by you doing so, that's when like for me, I like to refer to myself as being cosmic. I don't say it just to say it because of my consciousness with the universe around me, with nature. You know, the breeze, like, you know, everything. Like, you know, in addition of me being, let's just say, a psychic, you know, I can also I can listen to, let's just say, plants. And and what that is nothing freaky. It's nothing. It's just, you know, having a certain consciousness. Now you're able to tap into, because that's all a psychic does. That's why you don't need to be next to me. I don't need to be next to you. You know what I'm saying? But I see see you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because what that really is, and that's when you go, let's just say when you go get a reading, that's what they do. Now, now divination is talking about the different tools that they use. Some people use tarot, or you know, cards, or, you know what I'm saying, other people use shells. You know, you use a medium. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, for me, you know what I'm saying, I could use smoke too. You know what I'm saying? So I could look at these niggas. Look at you. Right there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it goes deeper. It goes deep. But anyway, to get back to, you know, the importance of being in alignment with your emotions and your mind, because if your emotions also influence how you think, you know, let's just say if you got hurt, you know, you become closed up, then you create a reality out of that. That's why we're saying the occult, for you to heal yourself, you have to heal the wounded child, which are those early emotions as part of your shadow work. Now what you're doing is is having an understanding, or transmuting, you changing that emotion. You know, maybe I got raped, the motherfucker, you know, got raped too, whatever the fuck you're saying to yourself, but you're having a better understanding, and you're not repressing what actually took place. You're embracing it, and now you're changing that emotional pattern. And by you doing so, guess what's happening to your mental too? So that's why it's important for your emotions and your mind, you know, to become one. And that's the idea of mind, body, and soul. I feel like I'm talking. I gotta slow down. I don't want to talk too much. I think I was doing too much. I got slowed down, baby. I felt like I was on fire, nigga. Niggas, man. Niggas. I'm telling you, there's a lot more where that came from, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'ma lean with it and rock with it. Mm. Hmm. You know, that's why it's very important. You know, again, the whole idea of you being in alignment, and guess what? As your mind or your body and your mind becomes one, then the universe, now you become a superconductor. Can, you know, it's going through you now. And the mind, body, and soul, and that's you, you know, attaining the highest state of consciousness, which is at this point you become Christ-like, or you become the Christ, the Krishna, Buddha. It's said in so many different ways. But anyway, to make a long story short, That's what I do, so that's what you're in for. Now, if you're coming back, come on, stop playing, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. It's always a pleasure. You hear me? Because what we do here, it's nothing but love, man. You know, we're breaking bread. You know, we're giving sights to the blinds. You know, each one teach one. You feel me? And you tell someone else. Because this shit is needed. You know, it's funny, you know, at first for me personally, you know, I was, you know, I'm not sure. But, you know, when I got the call, you know what I'm saying, when my people tell me, hey, that's what it is. I'm like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying all of that to say, and then as, you know, I started, I guess, doing this online thing and sharing knowledge and looking at people, but most importantly, understanding myself more, then I realized how important this is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this shit is important. Now, okay, just to talk about a little bit about Steve Harvey shit. Of course, I'm not gonna talk about the bullshit, the gossip, but to have a guy like this, right? To have a book, or he's a spiritual guru, this is dangerous, man. Like, like I always tell people, the worst people are the one who think they know, not the ignorant ones. Ironically, when you think you know, the motherfucker who think they know, these are the motherfuckers you gotta stay away from. Those are the murderers. You know what I'm saying? Because Steve Harvey done kill a whole bunch of you motherfuckers. But then again, I'm looking at the collective consciousness and I'm like, damn, man. It's like there's a lot of dysfunctional. A lot of us are dysfunctional. But we don't know it because you're not conscious of it. When you're toxic, you don't know you're toxic. I know for me, the very first time I started to learn about my family being dysfunctional, I think it was either my first year in college or maybe my senior year. I can't recall. But one thing I did remember, it was in my psychology class. Then psychologically, we started, learning about people, family, and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Is there, you know what I'm saying? Who's talking about me? I stood in the class, yo, teacher, fuck psychology. I'm out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Because I felt like I was being set up. No, I'm fucking around. I did. Listen, it was eye opening for me. I'm like, oh shit! It's like you never looked at yourself. I mean, for you to look at yourself or your family as dysfunctional, then you got to say, oh, now if my family is dysfunctional, what does that say about me? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I was going through it. That shit was working me out. I'm like, dang. I mean, those are reality, man. Reality is reality, baby. And that's the eye opening. And that's pretty much when we talking about, what the fuck were we talking about? How important this knowledge is when I started seeing that a lot of us are actually in the dark. Then when you see a book like that, that clearly it's like it's purely bullshit. But a lot of people go after it because they don't have that type of guidance. Oh man, this is dangerous, man. This is dangerous, man. Like, it's not looking good at all, man. I'm sorry to say. Like, it's like the more conscious I'm becoming too, not only this is important, but god damn, it's not looking good at all. Then we have a society where now, we don't even love. We don't talk about love, man. That shit's weak. You know how strong you have to be? AKA or IE, how truly weak you gotta be? For you to just, like, love is weak. Like, you're not even talking about that, bro? And the whole culture is comes from that. So now what you have, even between when you're courting each other, you know what I'm saying, or even trying to date, you have battle between the sexes. It's a game. It's you know what I'm saying, it's territory type of shit. It's a control shit. And then you're gonna raise family out of that relationship. Do you see what's happening here? This shit is dangerous, man. This shit goes far. It goes far. Now that's that world when the Gnostics were talking about a lesser world. You know, that's the world that is being created through ignorance, and that's what your society is. They leaning and rocking you to sleep, nigga. Even in it's crazy. So to me, yo, this shit is needed. And as I'm seeing that, I'm also becoming that too. It's like the whole listen, man. So when I was talking about this world being cosmic to me, yes, I'm living it. Find yours, baby. Listen, man. Find it. Find yourself, nigga. Find yourself. Please. You owe it to yourself. You know, and that's when you become a magical being too. I mean, which is your essence. You know what I'm saying? Certain grass I walked on, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Grass stopped growing. And other ones that I walk on too, man. They flourish. Like a motherfucker. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Water your garden, baby. The moral of the story is that you coming back, you know what I'm saying? You already know what we're doing here. Come get your water, nigga. come water in your fucking garden, nigga. Because the grass is only greener where you water it. It's not on that other side, nigga. Come on, man. Be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's looking green, but hey, man, there's a lot of snakes out there. That's why you never want to go against the will of God. You never go against the will of God. Never go against your nature. When you do, you're gonna pay. Like it's gonna be painful. And that's why we, in so many words, we're going through a painful life too. You go against yourself. You're not even happy. You're not satisfied. You living your life based on a fucking image. You know what I'm saying? You competing with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just chaotic, man. What type of life is that? You know what I'm saying? What kind of life is that, man? This shit is crazy, man. Then you have niggas worshiping gun, killing each other. Like, shit. But you gotta stop, man. Like, 360 days, like my nigga said in The Gladiator. 365 days of games, man. It's not supposed to be like this. If you want to be emotional. But anyway, it's all part of the great architect. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of everything. You know, you gotta have that too. That's why if you're calling yourself a being of light, you have to understand the science of ignorance. And that understanding, that's how you also walk the dark side. Well, when someone is toxic, they don't know that they are toxic. So therefore, they stay in the darkness. They don't know your world. The difference is in us, or the enlightened ones, the Christ ones, is that we walk both sides. That's why you could see them, although they can't see you. This is your life. And I guess that opened up the door, especially if this is your first time. As part of my routine, I always talk about spirituality. Well, there you go. You getting it right here, right now. So spirituality, essentially, it's your life. It's all of our lives. It's the universe. It's nature. It's everything. It's your misunderstanding. It's everything. It's all mental. It embraces and embodies it all. It's your understanding, your level of consciousness, and that's what spirituality is. And that's what spirituality, it's the story of us. Now, within spirituality, now you got religion, you got all, but it's all spiritual based. That's what makes it all mental. We're talking about different levels of consciousness or understanding. Obviously, the higher you go, my goal, or as a spiritual healer, is to help you to get to the highest point. And by getting there, by you going through all of it, you are transcending all of that. The highest state of consciousness, now you became Christ-like. Congratulations. You home, baby. You home. So again, now you have something called the occult. The occult now, it's the type of what we call sacred knowledge or esoteric knowledge that gives you a deeper understanding of who you are. Meaning, it's the part of you that helps you to delve more, or is that part of, I guess, as a manual that gives you better instruction about the other side of yourself, which is your hidden self. Like some of the basic shit, if you're just starting the occult, that will teach you is that you have a conscious mind, you have a subconscious mind. Oh shit, yeah, there's a little more to you than you think. And essentially, the goal is for you to know who you are. You're embracing who you are. That's the connection between the higher self, the lower self. And at that point, you became cosmic. You became part of the Father, and the Father is in you. The all. Now you become what they calling, the gods the gods walking amongst men, meaning maybe the ones who have not yet discovered who they are. Now, this knowledge is being said in different languages, in different ways, in different perspectives. That's why you'll see the Indians, they have a certain perspective, African, obviously the blueprint is African spirituality. And here's something else too. That's what my shit is based out of African spirituality, which embodies everything. Because it is ma'at, it's balance. It's Hinduism, it's all of that shit. And you'll see very, very similar, languages in those different texts. The Gita, yeah, these motherfuckers are dope too. The monks, the Buddha, oh my God. Yeah. And I would these are personally some of the knowledge I would recommend people, especially us black people, to go towards. Because that type of knowledge, it's very African based, but they were not, let's just say, corrupt. They still somehow survived their original context versus our shit in fucking Kemet. Because when you have like Napoleon Bonaparte, a lot of these niggas that when they went to fucking Egypt, they took a lot of that shit. They created a whole new shit with that. That's why there's a whole fucking European perspective when it comes to motherfucking Kemet. And that's what the new age pretty much is all about. So they're using, although you could say they're using the old shit, but they're giving it a new meaning. Their meaning. That's why new age ain't for you, nigga. But anyway, everything's for you. If you understand that too. But not for you in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, like for your growth. But it is also for you. That's why you got to walk both the dark side and the light side. Like, and I could talk about that too, because I understand that level of ignorance too, because I was in it too. You know, that's the type of spirituality now that separate everything. What they do, they talk about your intellect more than your body. Then they suppress the body. So that's when you have two poles with these niggas. You don't have polarity. When you have polarity, well, you need some bad shit to happen in your life as much as you need some good shit to happen in your life. If you're looking at life from this perspective, then you embrace everything. Life is all good. Just with that perspective, you're not even looking at Earth as fucking hell, nigga. But you would look at, if you're looking at Earth as being hell, well, I mean, that's because you're one-sided. Because if you understand you need bad as much as you need good, well, nigga, it's all good. It goes without saying. But I'm saying all of that to say, too, the different perspective. And that's why it's not how much you see. It's how are you looking at it. Because of their dualistic perspective or spirituality, you know, you always have a war against the body and, let's just say, the physical and the non-physical. There's always a fight between the two. And for you to ascend, then you gotta kill the body. Guess what? Fuck humanity, nigga. It's just a higher perspective of the foundational bullshit that tells you, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Your intellect is better than your emotion. It started there. Then they, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. As you're growing more into that stupidity, then you become great at separating shit. That's when, you know what I'm saying, like, even your body, nigga, your shit is used to grow your crops, nigga. For all my organic niggas. And your pee, there's such a thing as a fucking urination medicine or some shit, where you drink your pee and do shit like that. So I'm even showing you, even like your shit, how stinky that shit is, or obviously your body's rejecting. Even what your body's rejecting is good. And can be, and has been used. What are we talking about? Level of consciousness. I mean, their logic needs more logic, but you only get more logic by becoming more conscious. That's how you get to use your eyes in ways you've never used it before. But all of that, it comes from the very foundation, baby. How are you looking at it? That's why this is all about quality. You know what I'm saying? We go for the kingdom of God, man. But anyway, essentially to go back to summarize, I guess, you know, and that's exactly what we're doing here too. We're addressing, you know, certain misconception, especially when it comes to spirituality. So this is part 4. So it's gonna be pretty much a medley. It's gonna be a combination of all different shit. For example, In the last one, I think I talked about time. I talked about marriage. And pretty much what I was saying, and I'm not going to go back to it, but just to make a point real quick for you to get what I'm doing here, is that, you know what I'm saying, there you go. Our culture get you to think marriage is love. To be in love is to be married. And marriage in itself has nothing to do with love. It's a contract. So the misconception that we have of arranged marriages, because we're looking at marriage as life, so even the idea of arranged, just to hear the arranged marriages, you already feel a certain way. It's just not right. Oh, how can they do this? It's just not right. And there you are thinking in your best thinking, and it's just bullshit. Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. The worst motherfucker is the one who think they know. And that's why we go in. We go through the roots. And again too, like shit, the whole ego shit. And I talked about that. If you want to go more to learn more about the ego, it's like in our society, we always, when it comes to spirituality, ego is used for everything. The motherfucker got a headache, that's his motherfucking ego. The misconception about just the fucking ego. Whereas your ego has nothing to do with any of that. Because do you think the spiritual masters have no ego? So now what you're saying is, and I'm going to show you your bullshit too. Because ego is such a bad thing, you got to humble yourself. And your whole definition of what humble is to diminish yourself. Is to, put yourself down. So it's chaos on top of chaos. But if you understand your ego has nothing to do with it, it's the knowledge. Your ego is there to protect you, but it's the knowledge that you're feeding your mind that is the problem. You see, for me to be humble, I don't have to put myself down. I just have to understand, guess what? We all need one another. I need you, you need me. See, that type of knowledge, so when I see spirit in you, listen, man, I bypass everything. That's what the monk does when they say namaste. From the God within me to the God within you. Even if you're stupid or not. Especially, they say it mostly to motherfuckers like, the street niggas. Oh, that shit's done on purpose. Oh, that's mastery too. I accept you even if you don't accept me. That's maturity, motherfucker. That's why when I tell people the power of acceptance, it's not settling there. Nah, man. We're talking about I'm in my power. But you don't faze me. So therefore, why would I need, you know what I'm saying? Be you. Fine. Okay. Well, that's good. But that has to come from, I got to be in my square. I got to know who I am. I got to be in alignment with me. So that's why embracing yourself, following your passion, all of this shit, like that's the route. That's how you start to embrace different aspects of yourself. And it gets better as you're growing, as you're evolving, and as you're going through different realities. Then at that point you could say, as a boy, I speak that way. Now that I keep evolving and growing, now as a man, we sound different. This is life experiences. This shit got to be lived. Only then you are being transformed. Like, how do you transform if it's not living it? So now going back to your ego, going back to the ego, the misconception is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'll give you another example. I always use that fucking example. Shout out to my nigga Extentacion, right? Yeah, I'll drop a little something for that nigga. Val, baby, you know what I mean? If you guys remember what, he was assassinated, he was killed. And then these stupid motherfuckers, they stole the money and then they go to fucking Facebook, flashing, right? Now, obviously, I call them stupid, yes. If you were to say they're stupid, all I'm saying is I definitely agree with you. In fact, I'm saying it. But there's also something deeper that's taking place here too. Not just their stupidity. There's a need to be validated. So when they're using the money, flashing that on Facebook, they're being validated. Let's be honest. You know the reason why a lot of people use Facebook, right? Posting your pictures. Not everybody does it, obviously. I know. I'm not accusing, you know what I'm saying? I got Facebook too, nigga. And I'll be killing it. When I'm on my bullshit, like, obviously, and this is going to be on Facebook too, nigga. Shout out Facebook. I'll be killing it, motherfucker. Oh, I'm working. So all I'm saying is, motherfuckers, you are not alone. So if you using Facebook to do what you do, nigga, I'm doing what I do too, nigga. You are not alone. You don't faze me, nigga. You ain't got shit on me, nigga. Anyway, there was something bigger at stake here. And that's why people, want to be so hard because, the harder you are, that's what we're preaching in our society. So we're preaching greed, getting more money. This is what you gotta wear. Motherfuckers using stacks of money on their ear as like telephone and shit. So how do you not have an ego that is based or that reflect that? You're going to have a mentality that's going to reflect it. Because that's how your mind is being conditioned. That's the food you're eating. You're eating from the fruit of good and evil. Bad tree. Bad tree, man. You're eating the wrong fruit, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to eat from the tree of life. And automatically, your perception, your ego is nigga. Nigga say, your ego's like, thank you, baby. I was waiting on that. Because you got me working way harder. When you see someone being triggered, they're reacting a certain way, that's your ego protecting your little self, nigga. Now, you're calling that ego, it is. But what's really taking place is your bitch ass. Now the ego got to step in to protect you, and that's why you're making all the noises, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like any nigga could get it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You fake as fuck. The ego is just playing. You know what I'm saying? You tell me which way to go. So that's another but if you understand that alone, then you know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta eat the right food, baby. You know what I'm saying? My nigga. And that's why I'm here to give. That's the type of shit I wanna give you. You know what I'm saying? Eating from the tree of life. When you're eating from the tree of life, that's when you don't criticize other people neither. You have more compassion. that type of spirituality now, I mean, that's the Ma'at based spirituality. That's our Kemet shit. That's our shit. And that's the blueprint for everything else. And that's what happened with a lot of the, let's just say, Kemet teachings. That's why I would suggest that you go more, check out the Tibetan, check out the Buddhas, the other things, the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Fuck with that shit. Because that knowledge, fortunately, as it came from Africa, on that part of the world, it wasn't really touched. Like the European, they jumped on that fucking Egyptian shit. They had all the texts, so therefore a lot of the shit you were learning, come on now. If you want to be academic, let's talk some academic shit. That's the fucking knowledge that most of, come on, baby. I've been there too, you know what I'm saying? But y'all, that's shut up. Dr. Lila Africa, nigga. Y'all niggas. Thank you, sir. Because I was going through that transition and this nigga pulled me, man. He's like, yo, young Bo. You know what I'm saying? I got you right here, man. You know what I'm saying? He took me on a couple, you know what I'm saying? He was the guy to teach me the very first, it's not what you know. I mean, it's not how much you, and that's not what you know, but it's who you're talking to. Oh, this nigga was working me out. Nigga, I was in my dream state. And this nigga told me, you know what I'm saying? He's breaking all that shit down to me. He had one of this recording where he had an ankh. He was saying, and there was a part where he took me on specifically in that part where he looked at the ankh and then he was saying, there's a lot of shit you guys don't know about this, man. And then he wanted to share, but he's like, You know what I'm saying? Now, that's true mastery right there. That's why he helped me to understood, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get these motherfuckers to just think differently. If they think differently already, their spirituality is already there. Because your spirituality is how you... oh, my God. He was working me out. Now, he didn't quite break down all that shit, but, you know what I'm saying, then I started tapping into it. I'm like, oh, man. It's like the knowledge that this nigga really... that's how I became a spiritual healer. Because he was also a healer. But he was dealing more with the medicine. But what he was also showing me is that was his purpose. But nigga, I knew what you knew. In fact, here. That's what it did. This nigga said, little nigga, look, come here, you with your Haitian ass, nigga. Look here, man. This is what I do here. This is what I know. You know what I'm saying? This is what you need. Bam. Nigga. And I was never the same ever since, nigga. I'm like, good luck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He like, all right, young, you know what I'm saying? You do you. And ironically, when I had, you know, that dream, and then that's when I found out later the nigga passed away. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. All right. All right, King. Thank you, sir. So that's how I adopted the whole spiritual healing stuff now. So now I understood, for me, the reason why I was involved in philosophy and metaphysics and all that thing is to, you know, understand the energy. You feel what I'm saying? That's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying some shit about me. You know what I mean? Just, you know, listen, the bio's nice. This bio here, it's hazard, nigga. This is biohazard, nigga. Listen, it's something else, man. It's something totally different. But anyway, so again, the ego, man, has nothing to do with nothing, dog. Your ego is innocent. But, to start looking at life, from that perspective, again, it's not how much you see, but how you're looking at it. And that's what he was trying to show me through medicine. My connection to this nigga was always, I was fascinated on how, he would use food, but the political science behind food. Because again, I'm dealing, that was my shit. Then when he started breaking down cartoons and all that shit, I'm like, oh. And then of course, as I'm going through, with my guides and spirit also guiding me, then I started getting truly into mythology. I mean, of course, I did study mythology. I got the basic shit. You know what I'm saying? The archetype. Yeah. Nah. But I already talked about that. Check out my other recording. So yeah. So we're pretty much living in a society that's teaching you how to be greedy. Greedy is accepted. Everybody's talking about the bag, baby. The more we do, well, the better you is. Excuse me. It's production. It's numbers. You know what I'm saying? How many views you got, dog? It's production. Now you gotta understand the environment you're in. So when your mind is being shaped a certain way, this way, that's when we tell you in the occult now, you got to be born again. That's how you repent. That's how you switch your consciousness to a higher one. Now you are accepting yourself by understanding, there's more to me than just my body. Then now, what I'm saying, you're being born again now, tapping into, or accepting the spirit side of you that was always there. Or in other words, you're now becoming a little more conscious of the part of you that was always there. And that's what the journey is. So, the ego, nigga, man. Ego ain't not, it's not against you, baby. You know what I'm saying? But once you master yourself, or once you eat from the right tree, then at that point, you know what I'm saying, the ego is just, you know what I'm saying, you just throw like a boomerang, you tell that nigga to go catch it. Bring it back. Right here. Sit down. And then when you're doing such a great job, I know for me, my ego has saved me so many times. I know it's contrary to a lot of you, what do you motherfuckers think? You know what I'm saying? My ego now don't allow me to fall for certain shit. Because, I have the right knowledge. My security comes out of my fucking ego, nigga. That's why I'm secure in myself. Oh shit, y'all got me wild. That's why I'm secure in myself. So again, misconception. So just to pretty much conclude on the marriage stuff, because I felt like I started talking about it, but I didn't finalize or make the final point. So what I was showing you pretty much is that, since your understanding of marriage is love, And love is love. It's, you know what I'm saying, when you try to put a box around it, it automatically becomes a problem. And as because you have your mind conditioned that way, it automatically becomes a problem for you too. So now your conception of a arranged marriage is all fucked up. Or you'll say that it is fucked up. But it's truly you looking at it. So let's remove some of the fucked ups out of the fucking arranged marriage, right? But for you to do that, the first thing you gotta understand, nigga, is that marriage is not love. And it's not anything you gotta understand, really. I mean, it's a fact. I don't know how you wanna call that. But let's just say you got married because you love somebody and then you no longer love somebody, now you wanna get married? Half. So, however you choose to, that's why some niggas will get the prenup. I'm saying, nigga, get your prenup, nigga. Get your prenup. And that's why these niggas been trying to tell you, they didn't quite tell you it's a contract, but they will tell you it's more than love. It's so in other words, you really got to think about it because it comes with a lot more than what you think it is. Well, that little more that it comes with, that's what made it a contract. And that contract has nothing to do with love. So if you understand you are negotiating a contract, let's just say if I'm 25 years old, I would like to have my pops to negotiate for me because he may know better. That's what the orange is. And guess what? The elites, they understand that. Now, trust me, they do. That's why these niggas talk about what? Their last name. What family are you from? What is the name? Because the name represents something. So you think you're going to marry that name just to... Nah, it's a contract. You know what I'm saying? Because by that contract, you automatically, let's just say if you're a fucking outsider, then you become part of their world. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes, dog. So now, when you're doing that, okay, how is it going to benefit both families? Now, the kings back in the days, that's how these niggas used to make, that's how they understand. Marriage is a business move, nigga. Now, I mean, if you love somebody, I mean, it's good to have a good business move with your the nigga, of course. But that's just cherry on top of the cake. But marriage has nothing to do with love, dog. Sorry to burst your bubble, your fucking bubble, nigga. I mean, say, bow. Yeah, sorry. No. You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing too. Because society teaches you to do that way, when you have your ring, it validates you too. Now you're not just any kind of pussy. You're a married pussy. I don't fall for the okie dokes. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bunch of them out there. Okay. Then now you have niggas having podcasts talking about marriages now. But the validation part of it. Are you married? You know what I'm saying? Oh, your pussy ain't good, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because good pussy get married. Because you associate marriage with good pussy. Anyway, marriage has nothing to do with any of that. So if you look at it from that perspective, then if it's a contract, then when you have something arranged, meaning people who negotiated for you, people with greater knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? That's when I'll have pop, and then they tell me, you know what, man, you make sure you get that prenup, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your mom and I, we're good. You know what I'm saying? But just in case. You know Had a little something I did, you know what I'm saying? This bitch didn't know about it, you know what I'm saying? I got to make a power move, you know what I'm saying? Just in case, and something, because you never know. A little bit of life knowledge, because you truly never know, because bitches be tripping. Hey, and isn't that a fact? Isn't that part of our reality? So, again, it's to get rid of that misconception. And I'll give you a perfect example too. Like for me, when I didn't know anything about tantric or tantra, however you want to call it, God damn, man. Well, that was, one of the ways that I reflected on me, like, cause I realized how much of a freak I am, or I was. Well, I am too. I'll keep that. You know what I'm saying? For you, baby. You know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you gonna get it all, girl. You gonna get all of it. You hear me? I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna get all of it. So yeah, don't come too late tonight, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you come late, baby. Got a nigga waiting and shit. You know what I mean? But anyway. We're saying, what the fuck was I talking about? Was it the marriage thing? The misconception, right? Then I wanted to, that has nothing to do with marriage. Shit, man. I think I'll just get back to it because I felt like I was close to making another point. But anyway, so now, it helps you to have a broader perspective on life. Because that's why it's important for you to bypass your culture too, because your culture will put you in a box. It would get you, to be one sided, and you want to see the bigger picture because, and here's something else too. That's why, let's just say, this is the society that we're living in. It's putting you in a box. Even politically speaking, you got to be either a Democrat or Republican. But when you choose a side, you become one-sided. Your perspective is going to be one-sided too, man. But if you were to embrace both Democratic and Republican Party idea, then you have a broader perspective. Then at that point, you become both of them, but none of them. And this is how you get in your higher state of consciousness. That's why you don't separate the physical with the non-physical. That's for amateurs. And you're not going to go on to bypass it neither. The true way of getting over anything is to go through it. You don't get over anything by trying to forget it. Now that you can forget about. That's why when you go see a shrink, they, trying to ask you, trying to make you to become aware of that aspect of you. That wounded child you've been suppressing, you got to go get him. Well, that's what you're doing. You're looking for him. Then now when you find him, you make peace with that nigga. You see it in your movies, a lot of horror movies. In fact, if you know anything about what the Necronomicon is, that's the whole idea of the Necronomicons. What he was tapping into, because whatever the fuck, yeah. That's why you see in those movies, like, it's Necronomicon based in terms of they could show you action but there's a meaning behind it. Like if you see the movie Wanted, it has nothing to do, let's just say, with the Matrix. But the movie Wanted is another one. It's a conscious movie. But there's nothing in it that would, let's just say, like the Matrix challenging time, or that's talking about this world not being real, or none of that. You just see it was a criminal. This nigga is going to a criminal shit. That's tapping into it. It appears that way, but when you process it, it's what do you call that? That's what the whole Necronomicon was fucking about, nigga. That's all you need to know. I don't know why the fuck am I even talking about the Necronomicon. Anyway, what the fuck? I might be tapping into some shit. The movie like Total Recall. Here's another one. You know what I'm saying? And it like it doesn't talk pretty much like the Matrix. It doesn't. The conversation is like it's not truly like in fucking Inception. But it's another. It's a deep movie. It's a conscious movie. Those are the movies niggas are not even talking about. When I heard niggas chopping up shit, they chop up a whole bunch of shit. Even in the Matrix, the second Matrix is the real one to me. But anyway, what do I know? Good point. Good point. So now we talked about even time. Do you see what I'm saying? And in the last one, what I'm saying, I talked about time a little bit, and I'm going to talk about it again today, right? We look at time from a linear perspective, meaning from a progressive. There's a point, and then that's why we have before Christ and after Christ, right? So we're showing the chronological whatever the fuck in time. So because of that, there's a calendar that's been created. I can't recall the name, the Gregor, whatever, Gregory calendar, whatever. A calendar's created, nigga. I'm breaking this shit down for you. I'm gonna make it simple. That support the idea of time being the way it is. Then you have a watch, like I do, that's showing you time in accordance to that calendar. So your conception of time, that's why, what I'm saying, like you can talk about the future. Well, that conception right there is what is called the fucking abstraction. Because time as linear does not exist. Just like these niggas, they say before Christ, after Christ, before Christ and after Christ. You created that shit, nigga. So what was happening before you said before Christ? Come on, niggas, think a little bit. What was taking place before you said before Christ? Regular time. You know what I'm saying? And here's another misconception, because now you're looking at time from a linear perspective, you feel like you're making some sort of evolution. So now when you look at, let's just say, ancient men and indigenous motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? To you, these motherfuckers are stupid. The nerve of you, nigga. Out of that motherfucking misconception. You got it all fucked up. And the deeper you go into that shit, the more illusion, the more your understanding is it's all fucked up, man. Now you're stuck in that time. You live in your life is pressure, nigga. Anxiety and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all about accomplishment. Meanwhile, nigga, alright, you let me know how that works out for you, man. I'm in the sideline, nigga. Hey, can I swap shit? You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's some shit we say in Haiti, right? So when we see some niggas acting up, You know what I'm saying? We always say, look at that nigga's story. You know what I'm saying? And as the nigga's acting that shit, we're calling that shit his story because he's creating a narrative for himself. But that I'm trying to get you into that state of mind too, man. Listen, man, I tell niggas why shit, niggas talk your slang, man. Talk your slang, niggas. Talk your slang, man. Don't let them fool you, dog. Talk your slang, nigga. Don't let them fool you, babe. Grab your dick while you at it too. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You do whatever it takes while you're doing it, babe. Look good while you do it too. If it's your slang, you might as well, you know what I'm saying, look good while you're saying it. But anyway, and that in itself is deep too. That's a whole different conversation. Because the way you speak is a representation of how you see life. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand that, that's why any language that was ever given to niggers, we always change that shit to our nature, to the way we look at shit. And that's what slang is. And we come quite often with different slangs. You already know what it is. Shit. There's shit. You already know. Niggas stay on top of that shit. That's a state of mind. Oh, that's who you are, baby. I come. Listen. Listen. Oh, man. Come on, man. That's who you are. I don't think you understand, nigga. Yo, I'm Haitian as fuck, nigga. When I tell you it's fuck, there's no other way I could say it, nigga. I'm Haitian as fuck, nigga. Anyway. I was having a moment. It happens to the best of us, nigga. Now, to the best of us. I want you to take that in. I want you to inhale that for a second. So, the misconception of time, or because you look at it from that way, it creates a whole reality for you too. You know, there's a whole train of thoughts that comes out of that. You know, that's why it's important for you to understand how is your mind being conditioned. How are you being trained to think? That's true mind control, by the way. But when you also understand how you know how your mind works, that's another mind control I need you to have. That should be your hand. That's your card, baby. That's on you. Oh, now that's your game. You know what I'm saying? That's your game. You know, knowledge can either set you free or enslave you, man. I'm just trying to set you free. Just trying to set you free, man. But again, you know, it's important to understand those misconceptions because, you know, essentially when we're dealing with ourselves or with spirituality, which is also ourselves, we're talking about deeper aspect of ourselves. Meaning a deeper reality, understanding of the ordinary shit. And by you having a deeper understanding of that, that's how you bypass the illusion. And that's what the illusion is. It doesn't mean it's not real or it's fake. No. You're missing the point. What an illusion is, it's not what it looks like. It is not. Let me repeat that. It's not what it looks like. Check out the I think they did a phenomenal job. I still think, till this day, nigga, the best, I guess, piece of art that was created by Christopher Nolan, I think it is The Prestige. And it held on to its name too. He needs to get another Prestige. Anything else from that, to me, it was a watered down version. But The Prestige, listen, it couldn't be said any better. You know, for you to understand you being as the true magician, your true essence. When he was talking about illusion, that's what the movie's talking about, illusion. That's what they were saying, magic. You got to understand. And then this guy traveled and got magic too, what he was doing. Yo, that shit, I promise you, I'll talk about it. I got you. I got you. That's worth it. I got you. So, in the very beginning of the movie, you know, to perform a magical act, whatever the fuck how he was saying it, you know, so you make the shit disappear, and then you make it, and then somehow they believe the shit is no longer there, and then you bring the shit back again. And then it's a fucking illusion. I want you to keep in mind the little kid when he said that nigga, no, but what happens to his brother? I mean, you would have to see the movie. I mean, I skipped a whole lot of shit, but if you see it, then you know what I'm talking about. Not that if you see it, but anyway. What about his brother? So this kid was able to see, they're showing you the truth. The kid knew the truth. He wasn't crying because, he was crying because what happened to his brother? In other words, he was saying, I know you fake, but his brother got killed. So you see it for truly what it is. And that's why he was crying. You know, like when you understand that part, and then he told him, you never tell him your tricks. Once you do, it becomes ordinary. What this is referring to, knowing the truth will set you free. Everything will become ordinary to you. So the magic is taking place in front of you. You don't say this is fake. I mean, if that's what you're calling fake. But fake doesn't really fit there. I get what you're trying to say. It's not real, meaning what really happened, it's not what it is. But it's kind of real because you see it too. So to say that's not real, that's not the right thing to say. But if you're telling me that's an illusion, that's different. The state of mind, I know you see better now. I know you have adjusted. You know what I'm saying? Then you understand what the fucking Indians are talking about. Or if you're calling this a fucking illusion, then I understand you understand what you're saying. I could tell you I hear a lot of people say it, but they don't really understand it. Because when that magic is happening in front of you, how do you say it's not real when you're experiencing it? I mean, what's not real about it? You experiencing it? You've seen it? Or as you experience it, what this shit really is, it's not what it appears to be. It's not what it appears to be. That's why this is a fucking illusion. That's what the illusion is. This reality is not what it appears to be. It is that and more. Meaning, when you look at the magical act that was taking place, yeah, you see it, but there's more to it. What happens to his motherfucking brother? There's more to it. So what happens to his brother? I'm not denying what you're saying. You came back, yeah. Well, what happened to his brother? Come on, man. No, man. That's on the house too, baby. Doing my father's work, man. You heard? And come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's another misconception that I notice in spirituality, but also, like even if you're looking at life in itself, we all gotta learn. You gotta learn about relationship. You just thought dealing with somebody was just you being with somebody. Well, that's stupid. There's a lot more to it. You have to understand that person's psychological aspect. Well, guess what? Even if you don't have to, that's what you're going to be dealing with anyway. So you're going to get it one way or another. And when the relationship doesn't work, well, shit, it's not what you thought, nigga. You got the real deal, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why we're dealing with everybody's shadow. We're dealing with this is a spiritual life. You're living a spiritual life. All of us are living beings. Then you also have the zombies too. The ones now in the caste system. Let's talk about the caste system a little bit. There's a misconception in that too. A lot of us, you know what I'm saying, you don't understand it. Because, let's just say we're living in such a free world, which is America. I mean, there's a little bit of freedom too. I'm not going to deny that. But there's levels in what we're talking about, right? Let's just say, to deny there's a certain level of freedom, you guys do have it here. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I'll give you a perfect example. Like the media, let's just say in here in fucking Haiti, the difference is the nigga that, if I jump behind a media right now in Haiti and I'm talking certain truth, niggas will kill me. Literally. Over here, niggas will not kill me physically, or depending on the nature of what I'm talking about. Because we have witnessed a lot of that shit. But it wasn't so much too of because these niggas were talking what they were talking about, but it was just the extension of what they were talking about. So we had to kill that. And what's the best way to kill? You gotta kill the head, whatever. I got it, thrillers, killers. I got it. But I'm saying all of that to say, but yet you still have a level of it. To what extent? Is it that real shit? You know what I'm saying? But the true freedom though, is when you find self, baby. And I'm trying to lead you there. I can only show you the door. Listen, good looking. I can only show you the door, and that's what I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do as a spiritual healer. That's the oath I took in front of the divines. You know what I'm saying? Before I came down here and I responded to the call. And listen, man, I'm leaning and rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my assignment, nigga. I took an oath. Well, here I am. Listen, man, I'm answering all phone calls, man. When these niggas called me, they told me, "Yo, Lace Me, it's your go, baby." I'm like, "Oh shit, let's do it." You know what I'm saying? I didn't complain. Hey, it was what it was. Right, here we are, baby. This oeuvre is yours. You know what I'm saying? It's you, baby. I'm here for you. I'm doing the Father's work, man. So now let's get into the caste system. I was inspired since we were talking about the caste. You know, I mean, hey, it happens. Now, a lot of people, when they talk about a caste system, just to give you a little, I mean, I think it's similar to Dharma. Pretty much what that is. I mean, Dharma is a little bit different, but it's really Dharma though. But the caste system is like, let's just say I was born in a family, my dad was a teacher. Then automatically, you know what I'm saying, you have to do a teacher too. But that's the misconception of it. That's what I'm trying to address. So most people look at it that way. They would say that's what that is. And then let's just say your dad was a doctor, then you automatically have to become a doctor too. Literally, two doctors. And a doctor as well. Number two. So that is the general understanding when referring to the caste system. But when you look a little bit deeper, the caste system really is not meant to put you in a box. When you're looking at it from that way, you're not looking at from your internal. You're looking at it more from some sort of obligation that you got to do. But the only obligation that you truly have is to yourself. So the caste system is truly a self-analysis tool. They telling you about you. For instance, let's just say it really comes down to choosing yourself and not choosing yourself. And there's different levels in you choosing yourself and you not choosing yourself. The bottom pit of the caste system is what they call the laborer. The laborer now, what you have is the people, you know what I'm saying, who are working the 9 to 5. These niggas, you trade your time. For the most part, I mean, it doesn't have to be a 9 to 5, but it's anybody who had the conception of trading their time for security or trading themselves for security. You're not gonna bet on who you are, meaning you're not following your gifts. You're not following yourself. I mean, it's a whole lot that comes with that when you put your money on you. And it could be translated in, let's just say, you following your goals or, you know, depending on what you're doing, but you put your money on you. Again, it transcends the class or, you know, the society, you know, status shit. It's a self-analysis tool. So you have people who trade their, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're working as a doctor, if you're working as, let's just say, in McDonald's. If you're understanding, you know, for you to be secure, you know, that's when you say a lot of, you know, people will tell you about Haitian parents, right? They'll tell you, you know, you got to be a doctor, you got to be a lawyer, you got to be all that shit. So they telling you automatically, you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck, for you to trade yourself. That's the image. That's your coup d'etat. That's how these niggas chop off your head, nigga. That's a finisher move right there. But niggas like to be proud of it. Hey, listen, they can have mine and theirs. Nigga, I'll give you my Haitian and your Haitian, nigga. Be proud of both of them for me. You know what I'm saying? So you got a whole, and there's a whole science behind that too. If I'm going to be fair all the way. Because the whole African science behind that is for you to be accountable in your society. Because you also got to understand too. Now I got to talk to some Haitian niggas for a second. You know what I'm saying? The 1804 Haitian niggas, and let's just say the 1950 Haitian niggas, those were two top Haitian niggas. Obviously. It was different state of mind. Those are and the Haitians that are being born now versus me in 1980. I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's different mentality, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it, depending on how resourceful you are, do you go to the essence, or you know, obviously, then the watered down version of that now became you got to be a doctor, you got to be a lawyer. That's a watered down version of the true shit, which is you taking accountability in the society that you're in. You being conscious of truly who you are. Y'all niggas are sleeping too. So, shit, y'all niggas, y'all niggas are, dang, y'all snowing. But it's all good, nigga. I love y'all too, nigga. I got all you niggas on deck. Man, I fuck with y'all too. It's all now my stay, niggas. You know what I'm saying? I bobo to all my niggas. You hear me? But anyway, the misconception. What the fuck was I going with that? So I was talking about the marriage thing. Was it the marriage thing? Hey, listen, man. Anyway, I guess we're gonna flip that for a second. And if I remember, I guess I'll finish up the point. I think there was a point I was trying to make. So now, let's get into, again, we're addressing the misconception of shit. I was talking about time earlier. Let's go back to the future. Let's go back to the future, right? That was a perfect movie depicting on what the future is going to look like. You have no idea. Of course, we're looking at what we're calling evolution, which is based out of the idea of time somehow is progressing. You think a dog, a cat think this is 2023? You know what I'm saying? Or this nigga knows there was winter, now it's hot, or we in the fall, or this is the harvest, spring. I bet you this nigga would understand that pattern. But of course, you may argue, let's just say you are more conscious. I'm just saying, maybe if you were to step outside of that for a second, the time ain't changed, nigga. You just created more shit, Bluetooth, and all that shit. And in reality, you know what I'm saying? What's really happening is it's your well-being, you know what I'm saying, is getting shorter and shorter. I mean, it's a proven fact. These niggas that you're talking about used to live for 300 years. So these niggas were better than you in all fucking aspect, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, how were you better than that? You know what I'm saying? You didn't even live as long as these niggas live. How are we better than that? Nigga, I'm 42 years old, man. The memory I had, I always use that fucking example. There was, you know what I'm saying? I remember in Haiti, nigga, like, I used to memorize, nigga, like fucking 10 numbers, 12 numbers. And this is not even that far away, nigga. That's why I'm using myself. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't that long ago, nigga. I'm an 80s baby, nigga. Oh, shit. I guess it could be. If you were born yesterday. Or maybe a few years. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, to me, nigga, I don't see no evolution, dog. Yeah, we have more Bluetooth shit. Yeah, of course. So it's more creation. What you calling the industrial age and all that shit, Those are reality that are being presented. We're creating that based on your understanding of time and how you set the shit up. You're setting the shit up. Then you have before Christ, after Christ. Then you can map out what's taking place. I get it. Then you have history. You could, all right. But time, as I know it, you know what I'm saying. That's you know what I'm saying. That comes with a higher consciousness. You know what I'm saying. That's why this shit is a fucking abstraction. And then it makes you tell you that too. So we can't really tell if we're in a year whatever the fuck. So when you talk about the future, it was introduced to you. Like now, your expectation. There's no fucking body. You tell. How do you see 2030, nigga? 2040. You gotta see flying cars. It was already introduced to you on how the future's gonna look like. And now they're working towards it. They already told you. Then guess what? I was watching this shit. There was a nigga like there was racing, but they were all flying. And then the comment after that, the nigga said, "The future is here." I'm like, oh shit. This nigga's a good student. But guess what? He's just reflecting what the future is gonna look like to him in Back to the Future, nigga. And by the way, that's mythology too, man. That's true mythology. It's on the house. It's on the house, nigga. That's why, that's the shit I was telling you niggas. Joseph Campbell didn't really say to you niggas. But we know he was working with Lucas, whatever the fuck, the Star Trek. But there's a lot of shit he didn't say. Fuck this nigga. And he's racist too. Fuck him too. And I'm not talking about the stupid racist. Because true racism, and Bobby Hammett couldn't say it any better. It's your college, nigga. Because these niggas, they came out with scientific facts, meaning they were not stupid motherfuckers to let you know how inferior you are. These niggas came with a whole science to show you how inferior you are. I mean, I don't know what kind of science is that. But my science, nigga, shit. I'm always on nigga time. Yo, shout out to that nigga. Hey, yo. I'm not sure if that's the way he pronounced it. I think it's probably E-yo. But nigga, I'm gonna call you hey, yo. You know what I'm saying? Cause that nigga has, you know what I'm saying, this song, Cause I'm Haitian. The Haitian sensation. You know what I'm saying? I might be late for the party, but I'm going to be on time for my money. If you know, you know. What? Nigga, because I'm Haitian. Anyway. Now, the future becomes that. Now, when you see that, then, of course, flying cars will be, they're working on it. They probably already have it. You know what I'm saying? And then somehow you're going to feel like you're going through that evolution of time. But like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? Your dog come out outside, nigga, like, all right, man. There's nothing really that's taking place. But us adapting to a new environment. That's important for you to understand. So having that type of understanding alone sets you apart. Now, you're witnessing life in itself on a whole different level. And that's how I look at it. When I tell you a lot of niggas are wilding out there, these niggas are wilding out there. Shit, when I tell you, nigga, trust me. It's reliable source, nigga. Reliable source. Trust me. But for you to come out of it, you have to embrace all of it. And that's the code. That's how you transcend it. You don't I couldn't refute what's taking place around me and to have a better understanding of what's taking place around me. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense. To be more conscious means to be more aware. So meaning what's taking place now, I understand it better. I have a better understanding of what's taking place. That's what it is. That's why I don't fall for the okey doke. The fuck? I'm the boogeyman, nigga. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna, you know what I'm saying, tell me about the boogeyman when I'm the boogeyman? Because I had a few fools you know what I'm saying, who didn't know I was the boogeyman. They tried to scare me. But you know the boogeyman truly is the one that scares other people. But they didn't know. They didn't know. It's not their fault. They didn't know. But either way, you're gonna find you're gonna know. And that's the thing with this. You know what I'm saying? You can fake it all you want. If you fake it, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Yo, there's no going outside of that. There's no going outside of that. You may be able to run, but you'll never hide, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why what's meant to happen can never be stopped. How did my man Bob Marley say, come on, man? Who Jah bless? No man. I don't think they understand. Who Jah blessed? You know what I'm saying? There's no other statement after that. That's it. Whoever Jah blessed, that's what it is. I had to turn it up a notch. Because motherfuckers don't get it. That's why no man can curse it. You don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Who Jah bless? There's nothing else. And so much so, because even if you try to curse it, no man curse, man. I don't think you understand. Listen, I be tapping into Bob, and Bob be showing up too. That's my nigga. Oh, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas coming through now. Bob, what's up, babe? He's another nigga that was living a whole different reality. While he was living in in the ordinary reality. This is spirituality, my niggas. That was a Christ consciousness. You know what I'm saying? The way the man talked, the man sank. Come on, man. Forever, man. That's my dog. You hear me? You know, and I smoke with this nigga too. You feel me? Come on, man. How you gonna curse what Jah bless? You don't know you're cursing yourself? Oh, you gonna know though. If you didn't know, there's no way around it. You can run all you want. I'm saying, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you fake, man. To those who knows you fake, doesn't matter how many masks you wear, dog. In fact, you're making yourself look uglier to those of us who see. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Those are just the introduction. You haven't seen shit yet. Trust me. I told you. You were told too. Mm, mm, mm. The hard-headed always got to see it to believe it. Listen, I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. You got to see it to believe it. I get it. Well, there you go. That's your testimony, baby. But anyway, because of that futuristic perspective. So when you see the flying car or whatever, the flying person, niggas say, oh man, the future is here. This is what the Bible told us, man. It was already created for you. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't perceive the future as being such, that would be just a flying thing, just like any other thing. Why is the future got to be here? Just by you looking at some flying shit. You don't say this is the future because since your niggas are talking about UFOs and shit. UFOs are not futures, are they? Nah. Why? It's not conditioned for you to think about it that way. Meaning your interpretation of it, there's nothing about it that says the future. But there's everything about it that says it exists. Oh, shit. Mythology, baby. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it here, man. Almost, past. Damn, shit. I felt like I was just getting started. But anyway, what we're pretty much doing here is trying to give you a broader perspective on some of the ancient shit that a lot of us, based out of our linear time, thinking that we were better, then, and that is not the case. The misconceptions, you know what I'm saying, and and it reflects in our society too. The number of divorces, not that marriage matters or anything like that. All I'm saying, to me, the level, I'm looking at, disagreement, conflict, because I'm looking at it from a different lens. You know what I'm saying? And then it's insane. And even from my family, coming from a dysfunctional family as well. This shit is crazy. Yeah, it really is. Not because it is crazy in itself, but it's crazy due to lack of knowledge. It's crazy due to fucking ignorance. That's why the wise ones, we understand that reality, and we don't say this is the world. We're saying this is the world you need to get out of. That much we definitely do understand, and we definitely do say that shit. That world right there, I don't know, man. Would there ever be anything good that comes out of it? Because so far, all I see is fucking destruction. Do you see what I'm saying? And even, the mask that's being worn, it's just crazy. But anyway, we're going to keep this going. And just so you guys know, all of my Instagram motherfuckers, because I'm using my Chromebook. My other laptop is being, there was something that needed, the hinges had to be fixed. So that's being taken care of. So for now, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be my Facebook people, my YouTube people, my other peoples, my TikTok peoples, and whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? What else I got? Anyway, I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? So, but for my Instagram people. You know what I'm saying? Because the video editor that I have on here, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Niggas trying to get me to pay for that shit. Nigga, I'm Haitian. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some free shit. You know what I'm saying? But the features that I'm used to, ironically, on my other laptop, you know what I'm saying? I guess it's a little bit advanced, but the Chromebook doesn't have that. Okay, so, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get a nigga to pay and shit. But don't worry about it. All I'm trying to say, my Instagram people, man, I'm going to come strong. Because all of these shit is saved up, so I'm going to transfer it over to that other thing. Nigga, I'm going to hit you guys hard, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit you guys hard, you hear me? But just know what you're hearing now, you know what I'm saying? I was always working for you. If you missed out, I was always working for you. So you're not left out, baby. Just know that this work is reserved just for you, my niggas. With that being said, you already know, Aisha, bravo. Lee.